So we've got ourselves another evolution. It is backline talent. These centre backs are the foundation of your defence, ready to evolve into unstoppable forces. Watch them transform and support your team's journey to greatness. Honestly, I cannot wait for footies. I keep saying it, but in general, I'm ready for the change. 4-week promo is far too long. But we have got now the 92 and 95, which, I mean, in general, we're going up. So my Virgil can actually go into this. That's always interesting. In terms of what playstyle pluses we're going to get, let's go down to somebody who hasn't got any. We already have him in an evolution. Fantastic. Let's try that again and see if we can find somebody without one, and I haven't already upgraded. So Johnny Stones, we are going to get the block. Ooh. The block and the jockey is the only two that we're getting from this. It is only a free playstyle plus anyway, so more than likely you've probably got two on the player that you're going to utilize anyway. So for instance, if we were to go for Saliba, we'd get the jockey and the block as well as an anticipate. With obviously Virgil, we'll just end up with a block. So it's not the worst. I mean, in terms of upgrades, it's not the best. Acceleration goes up to 92, holding plus. You get the position of a CDM, sprint speed to 92, you get long pass, short pass, agility up to 93, 4-star weak foot, block, composure to 94, that's good. Skill moves up to 4, jumping to 95. It's one of them that I think it's obviously going for more of a CDM character more than anything. It's possibly not the upgrade that I'd put on to many of the centre-backs. To someone like a Kyle Walker might not be a bad shout. You know, a full-back that could kind of potentially play in that CDM still. Kind of pretty much like your Trent more so than anything. That's going to be always the interesting one for this. I don't know if I've got Trent in here. I don't think I do, but for instance, he's going to be one that could be very interesting. Like a lot of these kind of full-backs, Tchouameni's going to always be one there. I don't know if I have him in his other version, if he can actually be utilised at this point. I don't think he can. So it's a nice option there. Someone like Thuram, if you wanted to put him into the CDM, again, isn't a bad move for him in terms of overall. We're looking okay at best. Again, whether you think that's going to be your end goal for this player, I think a lot of this time you're going to be looking at these players in more of a footies capacity than now going with the shapeshifter. So let's jump over to foot.gg anyway, because that should give us now a solid amount of your trending players more so than anything. We're going to get a bit of Rio Ferdinand, Mina, Konate, Pau, Ndicka, Vertonghen, Pavard, Maldini, Van Dijk, Simikan. I mean, it's not the greatest options, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think there's really many that I'd kind of go. If we're looking at the eligible, like I say, the fullback's going to be the better option here. Like, if you look at the overall, we get 5 on the overall, so 90 is going to get you to the max of the 95, which is always nice. Then, obviously, if we look at the rest, it's acceleration, it's agility, jumping, aggression, long and short. It's going to suit a fullback more so than anything. Even if you don't want to put them into the CDM role anyway, the fullback's going to get a nice upgrade across the board there. You get a bit of passing, which is nice, bit of a balance, a bit of dribbling, as well as then getting a bit more on that agility, that acceleration, as well as the sprint speed, to be able to just maximize as much as you're going for. When it comes to the centre-back, if you are looking, for instance, at somebody like a Virgil, I get a few more upgraded here. If we do look at a Virgil, the difference really, if you was to kind of take my Virgil as an example, we've obviously got him with 85, 63, 81, 81, 91, 88. So we get no pace upgrade. We get a little, well, I've got more shooting. Passing, I've got a little bit more of. Dribbling, we've got a bit more of. Defending's at 91, so realistically that stays the same. And then the physicality is at 94, which more than likely stays around the same as well. So in terms of a generic upgrade, I'm predominantly getting overall and a playstyle plus. So that could be worth a wait out. Maybe for someone like a Saliba, who I've got, could be a good shout, because obviously it could upgrade him that little bit more, give him that beautiful double, and it works there. We've got Evolution 2. What does that mean? Beta Evolution 2. I don't know what that's meant to be, unless... So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Eldorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Eldorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. I don't know what that means, but regardless, okay, it's really far down, so let's not go in that. So in terms of what we've really got them for this, it's an interesting one to say the least. Maldini, quick step block, intercept. Again, it's just very questionable. Have we got anything on foot binners? Normally that's a brilliant place to go for more of an in detail. Popular is always really hard to go with, but say if we take the evolved listing, like a Marcos Alonso would be a great shout. Like I say, the fullback's going to work well. Matthias is a perfect example, in fact, of this. Just getting that full upgrade for him takes him to the 95. Stats-wise in game, if we look at him in comparison to his 90, we're getting free pace, free passing, 5 physical, 1 dribbling. Granted, we are getting 6 on the composure and 10 on the agility balance. So even though it's just 1 dribbling, it's a considerable upgrade. It's not necessarily like he's just getting +1s. He's getting a solid upgrade there. It's still one of them that I'd say it's a marginal upgrade. It's nothing too crazy. Obviously, we wanted to throw an anchor on him there. Turns into a pretty solid centre-back or CDM, and we know that with Matthias. He's going to be one of the better ones, more so than ever. So it's definitely more on, even like your Tchouaménis, if we manage to get him as a bit more of an upgrade, we can obviously see this Matthias could get the upgrade as well. So if we wanted to go for that instead, you again could go for that if you really wanted to. What is this even called? Is this Backline talent? So we're looking at him here. So again, in terms of the upgrade difference from this 92, we get him 3 on the pace, 2 on the passing, 2 on the dribbling, and 7 on the physical. So same pretty much upgrades. He's going to get the double play style plus as he does in the other one anyway. So whether you've got either of them versions is always going to be a good shout. Now, I doubt we're going to get the popular ones. Obviously, his centre-backs, I just don't think they get enough. Carlos Alberto CDM, not a bad shout. As we go further through, Gray, always a great shout as well, especially with the playstyle plus he's got. Then you kind of go into your Ben Whites. Again, it's not awful. It's most definitely not the worst position he could be upgraded to. The question is really, are you going to utilize these players? Really, we're waiting for another upgrade on top of this. It's not necessarily a final form. It's more like a slight upgrade to get to that next level, more so than anything. So it's an interesting one to say the least. There's definitely going to be a lot of talent coming in, but I would say if you do miss it, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, as we are going to go into footies, and I can imagine the evolutions will ramp up massively once we get there. So I'd say a B to an A upgrade today. At least it's free at the very minimum, and it can get some of the players into a pretty decent position. Let me know who you're going to choose if you are, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.